Good morning, children. Yes, you all are blooming birds of K-Tech High School and Junior College. Children, today in our session, we will be doing a topic from grammar, that is subject and predicate. Now let us know what is subject and what is predicate. Children, a sentence is divided into two parts, or we can say it is made up of two parts, that is subject and predicate. Now, subject is a part of a sentence about which something is being said, that is when we are discussing about the person or a thing and we question ourselves starting with what and who, and a predicate says something about our subject, that is a person or a thing, what is being said about that subject means what is that subject doing. That means it gives us little information about a subject. Now let's see in the flow chart. The sentence has two types, children. Subject, that is, it has noun or a pronoun. Noun is a name of a person and pronouns is he, she, they, you, right? And a predicate starts with a verb, that is an action word. The subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells what the subject is doing or does. Now let's see some examples, children. The big green frog jumped across the log. Now we are talking about whom, children? What we are talking about or whom we are talking about? We are talking about the big green frog. That is who we are talking about. And predicate tells us what the subject is doing. Now what did the subject do? Now what is the first word I use? What? WH type. So what did the subject do? That is, we are talking about whom? Green frog. What did he do? Jumped across the log. And if we want to know, if we are confused, we don't know who is the subject. So what will you do is first find out the verb and then say, that is, you will ask yourself a question. Who jumped across the log? You will get your answer as the big green frog. Yes, so here when you want to know subject, you have to ask a question, who? Right? The next sentence, my sweet grandmother wore a blue dress. My sweet grandmother, what did she do? Wore a blue dress. So wore is a verb, action word. Who wore a blue dress? You get your subject, that is my sweet grandmother. The old shack blew over the wind. Now what is a verb over here? Blew. The old shack did what? What is that thing? It is blowing over, that is, it blew over the wind. Who blew over the wind? The old shack. Now let's see some example. Ram is running fast. We are talking about whom? Ram. What is he doing? Running fast. So that is a predicate and Ram is a noun. That is a proper noun and that means it is a subject. Next, another example. with pronoun. He has no money in his pocket. We are talking about a man, right? He, masculine gender, it's a pronoun. Has no money. He does not have. Has is a verb, helping verb. No money in his pocket is a subject. Who has no money in his pocket? He. You get your answer, he. And that he is a subject. Now let's see another example. I told you Ram is running fast. It is a subject. This is a noun. Proper noun. Is running fast is a predicate. He has no money in his pocket. It is a subject with pronoun. And has no money in his pocket is predicate. Now let's see the third example. The cackling of geese saved Rome. Now here we are talking about whom? Geese. But it is not one thing that we are talking about. There is certain action that is gerund with a verb, right? Cackle, cackling. So what is the geese doing? Cackling. It is a noun phrase. Saved Rome. Who saved Rome? The cackling of geese. So here cackling of a geese is a subject and it is a noun phrase. And saved Rome is a predicate. So you know what it is? That the predicate starts with a action word verb. Now there is some little twist also in this topic. Sometimes subject comes after predicate, but there is always a subject, children. Here comes the bus. We are talking about what? The bus. So you got your answer. The bus is a subject. Comes is a verb. Here, the place. So here comes is a predicate. Now, in an imperative sentence, sometimes, children, you is a subject, but sometimes it is not written. But we have to assume that there is somebody, that you is hidden. Now, if I say sit down, means I am telling a person who is in front of me, that is you sit down. So you is a subject, sit is a verb, down is a predicate. Sit down is a predicate. So sometimes I don't, in an imperative sentence, you is hidden. We have to assume that there is you. It is used as an implied word by default, children. Let's see the examples again, so we will get the brief idea about it. Ram is running fast. Subject with a noun, and is running fast is a predicate. He has no money in his pocket with a pronouns, that is a subject is a pronoun. Has no money is a in his pocket is a predicate. The cackling of geese saved Rome. Saved is a verb, so the cackling of geese is a noun phrase. Saved Rome is a predicate. Subject after predicate. Sometimes I told you predicate is written first and then the subject. Here comes the bus. We are talking about what? The bus. So the bus is a subject. Here comes is a predicate. Now you as a subject in an imperative sentence. That means you is hidden inside, but by default it is present. Sometimes you is just missing, but you have to think that you is there. Sit down. I'm talking to whom? You. So you sit down, which I may not write you. I may just give you a command. Sit down means I'm telling to the person who is standing, that is you. Now let's do some examples of subject and predicate. Subject can also be defined as a noun or a pronoun used in a sentence about which something is being said, told in a sentence. Now, the one in orange children are the subject. Let's read the sentences. The children are playing in the park. What are the children doing? Are playing in the park. Who are playing in the park? Children. Now, I hope you have understood when you want to find out subject, you have to question who. And what is the subject doing? You question what. Tina is eating an ice cream. Who is eating an ice cream? Tina. So it is a subject. My family is watching a movie. Who is watching a movie? My family. It is a subject. They are playing football. Who? They. Here we are using a pronoun, children. She has been working since last Monday. Who has been working since last Monday? She. That is a pronoun. Sita went to the school. Who went to the school? Sita. The sun was shining brightly. Here you don't say who was shining brightly. What was shining brightly? The sun, because it is an inanimate object. Ramesh, switch off the fan. Who is asked to switch on the fan? Ramesh. Man and his wife were working in the garden. Who were working in the garden? Were. That means there are two people. And it is the sentences in which tense? Past tense. The pretty girl was wearing a blue frock. Who was wearing a blue frock? Mamta is reading a book. Yes. Who is reading a book? You got your answer. I hope so. He is very sad today. Who is very sad? He. Right. They are looking at the picture. Who are looking at the picture? They. John is writing on his notebook. Who is writing on his notebook? Yes, John. Now, I hope this concept of subject is clear with you all. Now, let's move on to predicate. Now, predicate is a part of a sentence that tells us about the subject. It contains the verb and tells something about the subject, right? And that part is called predicate, children. Let's see the examples. My mother is baking a cake for me. Who is baking a cake for me? My mother. Golf carts are fun to ride. What is fun to ride? Golf carts. The man heard a loud noise. Who heard the loud noise? Man. So with predicate you put a question. Who? The man traveled the whole world. Who traveled the whole world? The man. The painter is painting the wall. Who is painting the wall? The painter. Mike and George went bowling. Who went bowling? Mike and George. The sun is shining brightly. What is shining brightly? The sun. The flowers smell nice. What smells nice? Flower. I built a sand castle on the beach. Who built a sand castle on the beach? I. The dog is hungry. Who is hungry? I. Tina and I are going to the library. Who is going to the library? Who are, children? Tina and I. Mohan is laughing very loudly. Who is laughing very loudly? Mohan. My father is reading a newspaper. Who is reading a newspaper? My father. Today I purchased a new pencil box. Who purchased a new pencil box today? I. So here I is in between today and purchase. So today, purchase new pencil box. Who purchased a new pencil box today? I. Now I hope this topic is very clear with you. We will discuss this on our session later on if you have a problem, children. Love you all. Stay connected, children.